what were your thoughts about being a Filipino, how it is to be a Filipino, about your heritage, as opposed to or juxtaposed to what you're discovering now about what it is to be a Filipino?
I mean, I feel like I was definitely raised very American, except for all the rice. And the adobo, and pancit. But like I was definitely in a place where, you know, I think my parents saw at an early age that I had this gift and they wanted to support me and allow it to flourish and grow. And obviously it really has, and it's taken me, but it's been really interesting coming here and really beautiful and eye-opening. I feel like just the family aspect of the Philippines is something that is so prominent and so strong, and I've always been so close with my mom and my sister. We kind of like roll as a pack all the time, and that's definitely something that comes from my heritage.
I know, and I was reading a lot of materials about you, and you have this fascination for lack of a better word, for the paranormal, which is very Filipino.
Oh yeah.
Do you realize it now?
I do, and I'm like also the drumming, all the like very primal sounds.
Right.
I've learned now is very Filipino. All of the passion for the mystical, and I've noticed now is also very Filipino. It's just all these things that have been just innately stuck within me. I'm realizing come from my heritage.
Did Mom talk about the Philippines? As what were you hearing from her?
I mean, it's always about her family. You know, it's very much about the closeness of your family, how when someone gets married, they like move into the family home. It's like, you don't leave when you go to college, you don't leave the house, you know, everybody sticks together. But like, I didn't really know much about like the history, the lineage, and like what the vibe was, honestly.
What moved you to get to the Philippines now?
I mean, I'm in my 30s now. I'm thinking about like raising a family, and I want to be able to like know my heritage so that I can bring that forth, and so that my kids can know their background. They can know more about their own blood.
Okay, and that brings us to the documentary that you signed for, which has a working title, that's told by Direct Paul Soriano, which is going to be called The Awakening. And tell us what you can about this documentary.
Well, it's a really intimate look at my experience being in the Philippines for the very first time. Really discovering this beautiful land and the wonderful people, and just really getting in touch with the piece of myself that has always been there, but I've never known intimately.
And you're going to start to talk about this country as a global ambassador.
Yes,
out
I
there.
am. I know. I got awarded yesterday.
In
Very
the house.
excited. In the house.
Okay, so when you go home, I mean, when you go back to the U.S., you know, people start asking you questions about the country. What comes to mind if somebody comes to you and says, Vanessa, what is the Philippines like?
It's a little bit of everything. It's a lot of bit of everything. It's got paradise. It's got metropolitan city. It's got kindness. Everybody is so warm, so friendly. The people here are very unique. You know, everyone is just so warm. I feel like I haven't met anyone who seems like they're having a bad day. The hospitality is unmatched. It's got wonder. And it's just a really magical place.
And there's Tinikling.
And the tinikling, which is my favorite thing ever. I'm literally gonna buy bamboo sticks so I can make my friends do it, and I can practice at home. So that next time I come, it's gonna be a tinikling challenge.
Let's do it together.
Face off.
And then I read that you have to correct me here, either a pescatarian or a vegetarian, but I think somebody made you eat.
No, nobody made me eat anything.
You did?
Yes, I'm pescatarian, but in Palawan, I was sitting there and there was a plate of chicken adobo just staring at me. And I was like, you know, this is my first trip to the Philippines. This is as authentic as it's gonna get. I'm eating chicken adobo, and I did. And and it was so worth it. I'm not gonna be eating chicken again anytime soon, but that moment was.
But you broke that, at least at that
yeah.
very moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a time and place for everything, right?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And the first time in the Philippines, and adobo was there. No, I know, because in an interview you were quoted to have said, if it's surreal, I'll eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to stay like connected with nature and the earth, and I tried to eat things that are clean and natural. But you know, I think in the States I just cannot support the system that the animals go through in order to feed the country. So I couldn't do it. I had to write it off.
You may or you may not answer this, but I also gathered from somebody very, very close to what's happening to you in this particular visit. But something is going to happen in November, and some people are going to be flown in. You're not going to talk about it. Not yet. No, okay.
He's getting personal.
Okay, but that would really be nice. I mean, I hope you can push it to a certain level where you can have that intimate relationship with the customer.
Yeah, I mean, like, I already can't wait to come back. I feel like the time that I have spent here has been so incredible and so special, but I need more time. The country is so big, it has so much to offer. I'm a big nature girl, big beach girl. There's so many beautiful beaches here that I still have to go to. I want to go hang out with the tribes. There's just so much to do. I haven't even gone shopping, so.
Okay, I'll put that hypothetical. I'll put it hypothetical. If you were given a chance to get married in this country, would you?
I mean, if it was just me and my fiance eloping, yes, but we're not. So I don't know. There's so many things that's another conversation that we don't need to talk about.
That's for another conversation. That's for another conversation. And you know what was amazing last night? I spent a lot of time going through your filmography, which is extremely, extremely impressive. I was telling you backstage, I didn't realize that you've worked with, you know, the likes of Nicolas Cage, Selena Gomez, and James Franco. And how is it out there?
What do you mean out there?
In terms of work, I mean, you know, we are a movie country, we are an entertainment country. Everybody sings in this country.
I know.
I
I get to do karaoke this trip either. So
Okay, I know, I'll be more specific. I mean, your message to girls, boys out there who are eavesdropping on this conversation and have dreams of, you know, getting global. How is it there? And words, I mean, advice.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the most important thing with the entertainment industry and the thing that I personally value the most is telling good stories. It doesn't necessarily matter on what scale. For me, the reason I think why I am where I am is because it's always been about the craft. It's always been about telling stories that I'm passionate about. If you're trying to get famous, if that's your goal, don't do it with the entertainment industry. Like, go figure out something, but not in film, because it's a really sacred thing. I think that's really important to remember. It's not about fame. It's about telling stories that you're passionate about, telling stories that move people, and that move you.
I get that. You started in musical theater.
Yes.
And you were an actor of the stage, and then you get into films. Today, as we talk, are you more of an actor than a singer, or
Yeah.
you were more of an actor?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I love singing, but it's not necessarily my main passion. It's something that I'm very blessed to be able to do well, but I feel like more comfortable telling stories through acting rather than through songs.
And thank you for all the things that you've done, not just High School Musical, but during the pandemic, we lived with the Princess Switch, and one of my favorite works that you've done is, of course, Jonathan Larson's story, Tick, Tick, Boom. Just this one question. As an actor, Vanessa, what is your process?
Oh man, it's long. I mean, it really depends on like what the project is. But most importantly, figuring out your character's journey, what it is the story is trying to convey, and how your character fits into that story, and making sure that it you're telling it to the utmost best of your capabilities.
Would you be open to working here in the country, doing a film, for example?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it would be a wonderful excuse to be here.
That would be exciting.
I'm trying to spend as much time as I can here now.
Now, I just wanted to interact with Mom. Tita Gina, do we have